Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, I'm going to do something just a little bit different. I don't usually do videos that coincide with new theatrically released films, but guys, we've got a new Batman movie. Matt Reeves' The Batman comes out on March the 4th. I don't know when I'm putting this video up, but it might just be a week away. I'm super excited for this movie. It's been since 2012, so 10 years since we've gotten a standalone Batman film. I know we got Ben Affleck and Batman v Superman and all that stuff, but I have been waiting for that standalone Batman film since 2012, and yeah, we're finally gonna get it. So I'm very excited. I know tons of people are really excited. So I'm gonna do a 5 movies that I want you to buy and watch on Blu-ray before Matt Reeves' The Batman hits theaters. 5 movies that I think will prepare you for what you're going to experience with that film and just put you in the better mindset to watch it. So yeah, again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know completely like if these choices are going to be good for that movie, but I'm going off of my best guess, I guess, from watching the trailers and just kind of from what I know about it, from the actors and the filmmakers and the people involved in this movie. You know, I'm taking my best guess and I'm picking out 5 movies. Again, I've got a couple others in here. I'm going to cheat a little bit and maybe give you like 7 or 8 recommendations in this video. But yeah, 5 movies that I think you need to watch on Blu-ray. And again, this is a physical media channel, so some of these you can probably watch on streaming, but I'm always going to recommend that you watch something on physical first. So I'm going to be recommending these Blu-rays. I'm going to be giving you links to purchase them in the description below, and I'm going to be telling you what they're priced at so you can appropriately budget for adding these to your collections. But before we get into all that, guys, I want to ask that if you are not yet a subscriber of the Mid-Level Media channel, hit the subscribe button down below. I do all kinds of, like I said, physical media content, Blu-rays, 4Ks, if you like that kind of stuff. If you like owning your movies physically, definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to like this video, guys, and comment down below. Are you going to see the new Batman movie? I know tons of people are. This movie is going to be huge. Let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know what kind of movies you're watching to kind of get you in the mood and get you ready for the new Batman film that's coming out. So let's start off, guys, with my first pick, the movie that I think you need to watch. And I've been talking to a lot of people, a lot of Robert Pattinson haters out there, and it's happened ever since he was announced to be Bruce Wayne and Batman. You know, people only seem to know him from the Twilight films. And again, it's nobody's fault. A lot of the other films he's been in are really those under the radar indie movies. So, you know, if movies isn't your thing, if you're not really paying attention to any other film other than the mainstream stuff that comes out, you would probably just know Robert Pattinson from the Twilight films, and maybe that movie Remember Me. But he's been in a lot of great indie films, some A24 films since being in Twilight, some movies that I think absolutely qualify him. And when he was announced to be Batman, I'm like, that is the perfect fit. Like, he is going to absolutely nail it the second he was announced back in 2019. And then, of course, I knew everybody was going to be freaking out about it because we got Sparkle and Batman, or whatever vampire jokes you want to make about it. It actually kind of works. You know, he was a vampire, now he's going to be the Batman. That fits within universe, right? But yeah, even people I talk to now, like, and we're like 3 years past the point where he was announced, are still saying it's gonna suck because Robert Pattinson. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, look, go watch these movies. But the first movie I want to recommend to you, and I've got 2 Robert Pattinson movies, but I'm really only counting this as my first choice, but I want you to watch Good Time. And I want you to get the Blu-ray. You can get this A24 Lionsgate Blu-ray on Amazon right now for $15.79. So I ordered this, I think, like 3 years after it was released, and I still got the slip. So you might still get the slip for this as well. It's a beautiful slipcover, but Good Time is such a great movie, and it really shows that darker edge of Robert Pattinson, of just what he's capable of as a performer. You know, it centers around Robert Pattinson's character on this kind of one-night journey or odyssey through the underbelly of the crime world, of the drug world, of the city that he's living in, to rescue his brother and get him out of jail. So he has to go through a lot of stuff in this movie. It's directed by the Safdie brothers, the same people that did Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. So just a fantastic movie, like visually stunning. It's just a great film. If you have not seen Good Time and you want to get ready for the kind of dark performance that Robert Pattinson is surely going to bring to Bruce Wayne and Batman, in the Batman, you have got to watch Good Time, and you will see Bruce Wayne in this performance. Not through, again, his character is not noble by any sense. You know, he's not like a vigilante. He's not saving people in this film. He is kind of, you know, a darker character, and he's not good at all. But you will see where he is capable of pulling off that performance absolutely when you watch this movie. So I have to recommend Good Time right off the bat. So let's get into the other Robert Pattinson movie. Again, this isn't my official recommendation, but if you want to know what Robert Pattinson is capable of as an actor, just the places that he can go as an actor, watch The Lighthouse. Again, this is a little goofier with Willem Dafoe and stuff, but he is so good in this movie. They're both great in this movie. It's an odd movie. It's not one that I can recommend to everybody, but if you want to, you know, feel like you're a more well-rounded Robert Pattinson expert or fan, you got to check out The Lighthouse, another A24 film in this one. But yeah, I recommend, first and foremost, watch Good Time. If you don't have time for The Lighthouse, it's fine. But if you want to watch The Lighthouse for another Robert Pattinson film, go ahead. But Good Time, absolutely watch that one. And the next film that I got to recommend, guys, again, we're getting ready to go into the Batman. We got our villains laid out there. We know the Catwoman's going to be in it. We know Penguin's going to be in it. You got to go back and check out Tim Burton's portrayal of those characters in that universe in Gotham City. You got to watch Batman Returns, guys. And Batman Returns, watch it in 4K. You can get this 4K right now for $23.49 on Amazon.com. So not a bad price at all for this 4K. Actually, it's $23.99. So again, $24. It looks fantastic, but watch Batman Returns. To me, this is a really underrated Batman movie. Everybody talks about Batman 89 because it really changed the game for comic book films. That movie was super successful and just shattered all expectations and just changed the landscape for what people thought a comic book movie could be. And then Batman Returns comes out, and it's a little darker in its approach. But I think Batman Returns is fantastic. The world of Gotham City is definitely different. It's more comic booky. It's more almost cartoonish, a darker cartoonish, but it definitely has those levels. It's goofy in some aspects, but again, I absolutely love this movie. I think Michelle Pfeiffer is a fantastic Catwoman. So if you want to see the gold standard of what Catwoman should be, and then compare Zoe Kravitz to that when you see the new Batman movie, you can absolutely do that. Danny DeVito, again, he's goofy, he's schlocky in this film, but I think he's absolutely fantastic as the Penguin. Just a different portrayal of the Penguin than you're used to seeing, like in the older Batman TV shows and the animated series that I loved when I was a kid. It's a different Penguin portrayal. I'm going to show you my French flipper trick. Like he's saying all kinds of weird things throughout the film. It is a weird movie. It sticks out like a sore thumb in the Batman kind of legacy of films, but in a good way. Not like Batman and Robin sticks out. I actually think this is a legitimately great Batman movie. Christopher Walken's in this film. Michael Keaton, to me, is the best Batman. I love him. I don't care what anybody says. Bruce, Ben Affleck, Christian Bale. You can say they're the best, but I love Michael Keaton. So I absolutely recommend you go back and you check out Batman Returns, kind of get you in the mood for the Catwoman and Penguin villainous characters when we get to see Matt Reeves' portrayal of those characters in the Batman. So watch Batman Returns. The next one that I'm going to recommend is one of my favorite films of the past 10 years. It's actually supposed to get a 4K soon from Second Sight. I'm super excited for that. But you got to watch Drive, starring Ryan Gosling. And this is going to get you in the mood to see Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne, Batman, kind of driving around Gotham City, doing detective work, just giving you that seedy look of the Gotham City from his perspective, because that's all this movie is about. Ryan Gosling just kind of driving around the underbelly, just kind of working jobs and stuff like that. It absolutely is going to give you those feels, those Bruce Wayne driving around the Batmobile feels, and get you ready for what I think Matt Reeves has in store for us with the Batman, and just his portrayal of the Dark Knight as he's investigating Gotham City and some of the crimes and stuff that are going on and involving the Riddler and all that. So I recommend you watch Drive. I think it's going to give you that same feel that he's going to go for in the new Batman movie. So if you haven't seen Drive, definitely check it out. You can get this on Blu-ray right now, guys, for $9.99. And it's just a great movie. It's got Bryan Cranston in it, got Ron Perlman, Carey Mulligan, that was just in Promising Young Woman, did a fantastic job in that. And like I said, Ryan Gosling's fantastic. Directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, who is not always everybody's favorite filmmaker, but he's made some great movies. So yeah, I recommend you check this one out. It's fantastic. Got to watch Drive to get you in the mood. The next one, guys, a lot of people have been drawing comparisons to this movie and the new Batman just from the trailers, but if you haven't seen it, it's one of the best crime thrillers, almost horror movies of all time. It's directed by David Fincher, and this is Seven. So you can absolutely see the DNA of Seven from the second that they showed the Batman trailer back in, I think, August of 2020 at the first DC Fandom event. You could see exactly what they were going for with their portrayal of the character in the world of Gotham City. It just felt like a Seven, like a David Fincher type crime investigation film. So watch Seven if you want to get those feels and, again, get you in the mood for what I think Matt Reeves has in store for us with his new film. So yeah, Seven, absolutely fantastic. It is probably David Fincher's best work. And it's one of his first movies. I think it might be his first movie. I don't know. I have to think on that. But Seven's absolutely fantastic in its own right. You should have already seen it. But if you haven't seen it, definitely get this Blu-ray. You can get it on Amazon right now for $9.28. So not a bad price at all for this Blu-ray. It needs a 4K. It desperately needs a 4K. I don't know what Fincher's doing. He needs to start putting his movies out on 4K. But Seven on Blu-ray. I got this awesome slipcover too with the what's in the box thing. Which, by the way, you probably know what the what's in the box ending is, even if you haven't seen it, but it doesn't take away from that moment. It's such a great moment. You know, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman are so good in this movie. And I feel like that dynamic between them, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, it's going to be a similar vibe that you're going to get with Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne and Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon. I think it's going to have a similar dynamic as the Morgan Freeman Brad Pitt dynamic. So absolutely recommend you watch Seven. It's just a great movie. And the last one that I'm going to recommend, again, I got a pair of movies right here. I've heard a little bit of criticism about Paul Dano's Riddler. And again, we haven't really seen Paul Dano in the trailers. We've only seen him with the Riddler with the mask on. I've heard people say that's not the Riddler. The Riddler's Jim Carrey. And there'll be like all this talk about Jim Carrey and how great he was as the Riddler. Paul Dano, if you don't know what he's capable of as an actor and the places that he can go, the extremely dark and disturbing places that he can go, it makes me so excited for his version of the Riddler. So I think to fully understand what we're going to get with the Riddler and just what Matt Reeves' vision for that character is, you got to check out a couple of these Paul Dano films. Prisoners. You got to watch Prisoners. It's a film starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman. They're the stars of the movie. But Paul Dano's in this movie. Such a creepy performance. Such a little demented, deranged, deeply disturbing performance by Paul Dano in this movie. And I'm just imagining that same performance in the Riddler, in the Batman, and it just makes me so excited. So yeah, Prisoners is just one of the greatest movies, directed by Denis Villeneuve, who just did Dune and Blade Runner 2049. This is one of his earlier films. This is one of his best films, in my opinion. It's probably my second favorite behind Enemy, but it's a fantastic movie in its own right, and you got to see it if you want to see what kind of Riddler we're in store for in the Batman, because I feel like Matt Reeves kind of took this performance and was like, I see what you can do, and I'm going to put you in this movie and see if you can kind of transport that same kind of energy to this performance as a Riddler. But yeah, you can get Prisoners right now, guys, on Amazon for $13.47. So, and the other Paul Dano film I recommend you watch, just because he's great in it. I don't think the character in this movie is going to be like the Riddler. Coming up, it's going to be, you know, more Prisoners, Paul Dano, but there will be blood. Paul Dano and Daniel Day-Lewis just going toe-to-toe for like 3 hours. It's so great. Paul Dano is fantastic in this movie. Just puts on a clinic against Daniel Day-Lewis. They're both great, but Paul Dano really showcases how great of an actor he is in that movie. So yeah, again, if you don't know who Paul Dano is, I'll show images and stuff as I was talking about this, so you'll know by now. But again, great actor. But yeah, guys, that is the 5 or 7, I guess, Blu-rays that I want you to to own and watch before the Batman comes out. I'm so excited for the Batman, guys. I know a lot of people are too, but you got to watch those movies to prepare yourself mentally for what we're in store for. It's going to be a great movie. I have no doubt in my mind. So I'm super excited for it, guys. I hope you are too. Please, in the comment section below, let me know if you're going to watch any of these movies before the Batman comes out based on my recommendation. Also, if you have any recommendations for me to watch before the Batman comes out, leave that in the comment section below. Also, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, turn on all those bell notifications, and follow me at all my social media accounts. Those links are in the description, and we'll see you next time.